Hello, buddy. It's that college football guy here with another video. I'm going to do kind of a quick little conference realignment one here because schedule previews, I'm going to yank them out a little bit later tonight. But, yeah, there's a lot of people reporting about, oh, Florida State's Board of Governors or Regents or whatever is having a meeting. The ACC is going to fall apart. Look, it doesn't matter what Florida and Clemson want here. Unless they're going to fork over a $400 million buyout. The payout for the conference is what? $45 million a year? The contract expires in, what is it? 2036? So do the years. And the penalty fee is simple. Yeah, I got my thumb taped up, folks. I was working in the back on the truck here, back on the axle, on the trailer, I should say. Pushing something in. I didn't know that it was a very sharp piece of metal there. So I kind of filleted my thumb open. So I did a mover from being the moving business, a mover's band-aid. I still have packing tape on my truck because you never know when tape's going to come in handy. Basically, I cleaned it up, put the band-aid on, but the band-aid kept slipping off, so I put a little packing tape around it to hold it in place. So it'll hold it until this thing heals up a little bit better. But yeah, I got filleted pretty good. But it doesn't matter what Florida State and Clemson want here. It doesn't matter. The TV deal is simple. For however many years is left in the deal, whatever you owe for the TV money, that's your buyout. So you look at this, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So it ends July 1st of 36. So that's 13 years of college football at $40 million a pop, which is a $520 million buyout. You have to get 8 schools to agree to leave. With the Big 12 having discussions about bringing in teams and not wanting to do that right now, and the Big 10 not wanting to make a move, and the SEC not wanting to make a move apparently, why is this even a discussion? They could be having a board of regents about doing something in 10 years. Having a vote to have lawyers start investigating everything about it, formally ratify the legalities of having the lawyers formally try to see if they can get a way to get out of it, or they need to have a renewal done for the fees it's going to take to have the law firm being retained. That I can understand. To see if there's any wiggle room to get out of this, and there's a penalty fee that's not too ridiculous, but as far as I know, it is very ridiculous. That's the reason why this TV deal, they haven't gotten out of it yet. Why nobody's really gotten out of it yet. You're asking me my truthful opinion about anything with the ACC? Sound and fury signifying nothing. I don't think anything's going to happen, at least not this year. Notre Dame is allegedly going to get that $75 million from NBC, so they're not going to be joining the Big Ten. Because counting the money they make from other avenues, they'll be making more money than a Big Ten school will be making. So why would you join a conference to take a pay cut? It makes absolutely no sense. They're going to get that $75 million. They're staying independent. So that kills the Big Ten's idea, and that kills Cal and Stanford getting a Big Ten invite. Because the only way they would have gotten in is if Notre Dame wanted it. And since Notre Dame's not going to go anywhere, that's not happening. So I don't see the ACC going anywhere. I still don't think the Pac-12 is going to implode completely. I think they're going to backfill with Group of 5 schools. The Mountain West is going to get hit. And possibly the AAC to get some Texas schools. To try to expand a little bit into Texas, which will help the conference survive longer. Now, who are they going to go after? Well, who's in the AAC they could go after? SMU, North Texas. Do they want to go after UTSA to get San Antonio? The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and San Antonio are pretty much the two biggest TV markets they have, unless they want to try to be crazy and think that Rice, because it's in part of Houston, has any semblance of a TV market, even though they're in Houston. But this all depends on what's going to happen here. So, do I think anything's going to happen with the ACC? No, I think this is just a bunch of posturing because, oh, they're saying something, we got to say something. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it about Clemson right now. And I'm not buying this idiotic argument that it has to be an even number of schools. I'm not buying it. Especially for the Big 12's concern. They can do an odd number in football, but an even number for basketball. So, it doesn't make any sense. Like I told them, they can bring in 5 schools and make it 17, and there's a scheduling model that'll work. And that if you bring in Gonzaga, that makes 18 for basketball. Solves the problem that way. If Pac-12 schools are coming in, UConn's not getting in. It's that simple, folks. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please, tell me if I'm wrong. But it seems like a lot of people are just making stuff up to get content. Or is it just me? Is it just me? Because I'm hearing a lot of this stuff going like, I haven't heard a syllable one of this. So Oh, the other crazy rumor. West Virginia now is going to join the ACC. No, they're not. The ACC is going to implode. You want to put yourself on the front of the Titanic in one of the deck chairs? Or are you going to stay where you have refuge, where it's safe, where it's growing and getting better? Because if Oregon and Washington do indeed come to the Big 12, sorry, Clemson and Florida State, but ACC top to bottom, you're not better than the Big 12. I'm sorry. You're not. You have Clemson, you have Florida State, you have North Carolina, you have Louisville, you got NC State. Other than Clemson and Florida State, and Florida having recently, besides Clemson, who's been running the show in that conference? It's a one-trick pony, basically. Big 12, anybody can do it. TCU goes and plays for the national championship, beats Michigan. Are they going to do that every year? Probably not. Is their Big 12 team going to make it to the postseason? Well, after this season, yes. And the other thing that's got to be brought up, the 6 slow down. When the college football playoff expands to 12 teams, this 6 guaranteed conference champions is only for 2024 and 2025, the next 2 years. This season's playoff is 4. The next 2 after that, the top 6 conference champions go through. But after that, it's not guaranteed. And the fact is, if you close off the group of 5 out of the playoff, you're in more trouble than you realize. Say, oh, it's the best for college football. It's best for you. Let's get that straight. It's best for you, not for college football. Because there's some very powerful people up in Washington who attend in some of these other schools who are going to make your life miserable if you even try. You have to give the shot, the chance to get in. If the Pac-12 implodes and they're no longer a conference and you want to drop it back from the top 6 champions to the top 5, that's fine. The Power 4 plus 1. That's fine. The Power 5 plus 1. Give them a shot. And there's some people say, well, they don't draw any money. Cincinnati got blown out. So did Michigan, you idiots. Michigan got blown out twice. Michigan got beat twice. They got not blown out, but they got beat twice. TCU beat them. And Michigan got blown, I think it was by Georgia, I think. Was it Georgia or in 21 or not? I'm trying to remember. Who beat Michigan badly? But, I mean, come on now, folks. Really? So, does the playoff going to get better? With 12 teams, it gives it more shots getting in. I mean, they have the thing on there where the fact is that the Big Ten and the SEC are going to break off. Shut up with that crap. I'm tired of hearing it. You understand the fact that there are a lot of powerful people in Washington who will make sure it never happens. Because for all of the money they make on football, attendance, student scholarships is where the most money is. And if you put in legislation that anybody who leaves and forms out is stripped of academic accreditation, which means your degrees are worthless, You're going to face a class action lawsuit from every former and current student. Billions of dollars lost per university. You think anybody's going to want to have that? Oh, they're not going to do that. Really? You destroy amateurism and make it about yourself instead of the students. It's not going to happen, folks. You'd have to change Washington completely. Now, if this became a communist-type government or a dictatorship or something along those lines, possibly you could pull that off. But there'd be other things to worry about than college football at that point. So, for those who think it's going to happen like soon as the Big Ten expands, the two of them are going to break. They're not breaking away. They're not doing it. We want to form our own division. Fine. The NCAA told them, if you want to stay accredited and form your own super division, fine. You can't schedule anybody else but yourself. No games against FCS, no games against the group of 5. Your division only. You can't schedule with anybody else. Have fun. You'll have your cupcake games against Vandy if they even choose to come up. Ohio State's going to have to play everybody in the Big Ten, everybody in the SEC, and their easy games will be against TCU and Baylor or against USC. Oh, but they didn't come up, so they wouldn't be able to play them anyway. Figuring it out yet, folks? I've had a lot of people come at me saying this is going to happen, this is going to happen, it's going to happen in 22, it's going to happen in 21, it's going to happen this year. Financially, it does not make sense to do it. You're talking about $500 million each conference had to come with on top of everything per year extra. Because the one thing that was stated, that the Department of Education stated, if you want to make this a semi-pro league, any university who does this will no longer get any funding from the Department of Education. You become a private university. And state universities aren't allowed to become private universities. So I'm just spouting off here, but I'm getting sick and tired of some of this trash. I'm getting tired of everybody saying the ACC is going to the ACC is going to plug before the Pac-12 does. Stop fishing for content, will you please? The playoff, they're going to explode. They're going to expand out and do 75 teams. The Big Ten wouldn't take Oregon and Washington because right now, financially, they don't bring enough to the table. That's the Big Ten's thing. You have to bring USC level money, and right now, Oregon and Washington don't do it. If Oregon and Washington can't get in, what makes you think anybody else can? Notre Dame can get in. Clemson, Florida State could get in. North Carolina and Louisville, maybe. Oregon, Washington, maybe. There's your list. Notre Dame's in. All of a sudden, you don't have that many teams, do you? You have, like I said in a video I did earlier, when I figured out, I heard this from a couple of college guys from one of the math professors he worked with way back in the day, that in order for you to bring value to the conference, you'd have to be able to raise the TV value of every member of the conference by $1 million minimal going in. That'd be the break threshold. Like Notre Dame, USC, UCLA is adding 5, 10, 15 million in. 5, 10 million in realistically per school. That's the kind of value they want. Anybody else on USC's level? Besides Notre Dame? Clemson and Florida State. Oregon, Washington, maybe. The list isn't that big, folks. Oregon and Washington be based on potential. But not on actual stuff, though. So, Oregon and Washington, the Big 12, makes sense because they may not make it into the Big 10 at all. Because they said, oh, Oregon will get that Nike money. And when Phil Knight passes away, who's going to give the money then? But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching this video and hear me rant my damn ass off. If you haven't done it already, please smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm video to be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think about this. Are you like me who believes that anything involving the ACC breaking up now is nothing more than fishing for content? Because I don't see anywhere in the world this is happening until 2032, maybe, 3, 4, 5 years out, where you can maybe get that thing negotiated down to like $95 million, where it wouldn't be too bad. If that would happen, I could see it. I mean, Oklahoma and Texas complained about having to split, what, $90 million, $45 million each? You expect a university to pony up $500 million? Come on now. And if you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. Past 400 subscribers, on the way to 500, slowly on that climb to get up to 1,000, make some stuff happen. So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you're wondering where I'm at, I just picked up a load here in Lebanon, Tennessee, on my way to Richland, Mississippi. The place, you can't park there overnight. But I've actually got a phone call into the guy who's working there at night, who's the guy we contact, and if the side gate access is open, which is you can't park in the lot, but it's a long driveway you can park 3 tractor trailers in, and that's only the ones with the 8 o'clock appointments. So I already checked in with my number already, so I'm seeing if they can get approval for me to go to the side gate and park there for the night rather than having to deal with some of the other stuff. But it's the way it goes. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Please be safe and please be good to each other.